Hey everybody, it's not morning anymore, but it's Monday, and we all know what Mondays are like, especially after the time change that we just had. When you jump on, say hey, or if you're watching the replay, type in replay, because I would love to see who all watches my videos. Thanks for tuning in. It's been a crazy week for me. On Saturday, we held our third annual professional bull riding event here in our little community, and we just it's so crazy because we have only a couple days to get it ready, and it's like bam, 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 and then the event, and then cleanup, and then we're like, whew, done. And it's like, to this year, I didn't do as much with it. I did a lot of prep work, lots of the sponsorship stuff I did. But this year, like the weekend of, I really didn't have a lot going on. I did a lot of delegating this year, which was kind of nice. So the weekend was crazy. Yesterday, I only got like a couple hours of sleep because between the time change and then not getting home until like 3:30, 4 o'clock, somewhere in there, because that's what the time change. And then my kids were at their aunt's, so I didn't have any kids. My husband was gone, so I came home to an empty house, and I'm like, I feel like I need to clean. Does any other mom feel that way? Because when you feel like you have the house to yourself, it never ever happens, and you're like, I should be cleaning something, right? I didn't clean. Instead, I had a snack and I went to sleep because I was super tired. But with not having anybody at home, the cat was going crazy. So the cat woke me up at like 6, and then like 7, and then finally at 9, I woke up and I said, okay, time to get down to the arena and help clean for the couple hours that I could until I had to go pick up the girls at noon. So anyway, yesterday was kind of a write-off because we were just kind of hanging out at the house, not doing much. Today, however, we had school. Last night my husband came home from Red Deer, so we just, we have chores to do today and everything, so I'm just doing this quick go live before I have to head out and do some chores. My little one just went down for a nap, and my older one is just vegging out after school, so yeah. Anyway, today I'm talking about lack of motivation. Because we've all been there, especially with this time change. And, if you have a busy weekend like I did. And I got up this morning and I'm like, do I have to? I know you all feel me. So, or at least some of you do, at least some of the time. So I kind of wanted to talk about lack of motivation. I get emails from Success sometimes, and if you don't get their emails, they're good, like little motivational stuff. Every once in a while they give you like tips and tricks for whatever. There was an article that they sent last week, I think it was, about motivational tips and tricks, just if you're feeling the lack of motivation. So just general like life tips just to kind of get you going. The first one is, life is 10% what happens to you or me, and 90% how you react to it. So that quote, it's guided me both in my personal and professional life, not necessarily as an entrepreneur, but as a worker as well, like when I was an employee, because you can't control the things, for the most part, you can't control the things that happen to you, but you can control your reaction and how you respond to it, right? So we all face challenges in life, whether, you think your challenge is worse than others, doesn't matter. Everybody's perception is different. Hey, Debbie, thanks for watching. Everybody's perception is different. So you have a challenge, I have a challenge. On a scale of 1 to 10, doesn't matter how big or little our challenges are. What matters is how we react to them, right? So if you respond in a negative manner, it'll probably just snowball and get out of control and ruin your day, ruin your week, ruin your month, depending on how you react to it. So the best thing, try to look at things positively if you can, and maybe take the good out of it. instead of just saying, oh, poor me, having a pity party. There's no good in that. There's nothing that could happen that would be good from having a pity party over something that happened to you. Just try and think of it as positive. Try to take a positive spin on it. When I feel kind of like that, what I do is I pull out my book, The Magic. I don't have it on me. It's over there on the table, but it's I pull out the book, The Magic, flip through, find a chapter, do the magical practice, do my gratitudes. Like, I write out my 10 gratitudes for the day, usually every day. I'm gonna try something new here right away. I'm gonna try journaling. I've been listening to a podcast and she mentioned some journaling stuff, so I think I'm gonna try that. And instead of doing like just writing out gratitudes, I'll try that. There's some gratitudes in it, but it's kind of taking a different spin on it, if that makes sense. So, because I've been writing gratitude out for pretty much a year. If you've been following me for this year that I've been doing this business and having this page, you probably remember the videos that I did back last spring and when I took you through 28 days of gratitude. So if you haven't watched those yet, flip through them. They're kind of entertaining. Some of them are inspirational. You never know. Another tip for just kind of lack of motivation for like daily grinds, give more than you take. It's really just simple, right? If you give more in the world than you consume, then it creates an abundance of experience, connections, wealth. But that's what makes a leader, is just giving more than what you receive. It's a good tip. Pay it forward in the drive-through, in the coffee, at the coffee shop. Pay for the guy's coffee behind you. Pay it forward, right? So it's all about just giving. Under promising and then over delivering. So where I grew up in a rural community, I still live in a rural community, and you're taught to under promise, like maybe if you're in a company and you overbid something, just to say, okay, well, there's a little bit of cushion, but then when you deliver and the bill is lower than they expected. Isn't that amazing? Most of us do business in very small communities, and it would be best by erring on the side of exceeding expectations rather than just meeting them or not meeting them at all, right? And one last little tip. I want to keep this go live fairly short because our internet isn't working today. Oops. So I'm doing this on data. Sorry, honey. Wait, not that one. I didn't want to use that one. I know most people will know this one. It's called Keep It Simple, Stupid, or the KISS rule. As an entrepreneur, one of the most simple lessons that pretty much everybody learns in life, just to keep it simple, stupid, or KISS. Now, this principle has been a guiding light for myself and for pretty much anybody. When things seem overwhelming, like starting a business, like starting this business seemed a little overwhelming, or at times if I get behind in watching trainings or something, it does seem to get overwhelming. But you know what? Make a list, tick off one thing at a time or cross off one thing at a time. You're progressing. That's what matters. Keep it simple. Do one thing a day if you can. If not, you could do more or do little bits of a day. Break it up into small sections and keep it simple. Or simplify problems to make them easier to achieve. I know that, I know Mondays can be hard to get motivated. For me this week, between the crazy weekend and the time change, and I'm just like, I'm there. I feel you. Everybody has those days, those weeks, and hopefully this kind of turned your week around if you have one of those weeks or days. So Debbie, thanks for tuning in live. I appreciate you so much. I hope you all have a great week. And like I said, if you're catching the replay, type in replay. I'd love to hear your ways to get motivated if you are feeling a lack of motivation. All right, you guys have a good week, and we'll see you next week, Monday. Bye.